Hello, my name is Alice Trindle and welcome to A Tip for the Ride. This is a series of video blogs that we'll be putting together over the course of the next few weeks that help you with some ground exercises and some specific maneuvers up in the saddle to help you in developing that ultimate willing partnership with your wonderful horse. We'll be looking at the principles that these wonderful animals have been teaching me over the last few years, and I've been trying to adhere to. So grab a pencil, piece of paper, and sit back and see if there isn't something that resonates with you. If there is, think about coming and joining us here at the T&T Ranch in Haines, Oregon. So here is your tip for the ride. Welcome, my name's Alice Trindle, and this is another tip for the ride. We appreciate your time for the next 5 to 10 minutes as we talk about a few suppling exercises that have proven to be very beneficial to me and my horses and developing our partnership over the years. If you've been following this series, last time we worked a bit on going sideways, both away from the bend in leg yield postures and into the bend in half-pass postures. Today we're going to combine some of those movements with some suppling exercises that basically develop soft shoulders and soft hips so that you can apply that to many other maneuvers that you'll be doing, whether you're chasing a cow in the mountains or taking a dressage test. So let's get started with those softening the shoulder type exercises. In a nutshell, what we're going to look at is developing a circle here and going sideways on that circle. It's a very much similar positioning and balance as the leg yield posture that we worked on previously. In other words, the horse's energy comes from the inside hip to the outside shoulder, inside hip to outside rein. My balance is going to follow and mirror that as well. Not moving from in to out, but being ready to accept that on the outside shoulder or on the hip that's to the outside of the circle. So let's get started by just doing a little simple circle here to the right. Just make sure I can do a straight circle, which, boy, that's hard. There's plenty of folks that have tried that for a whole lifetime, and I'm still working at it. Then we'll work that in to softening those shoulders. Oh, one other little thing. Remember that before all of this was the preparation of softening the horse from the jowl, through the shoulders, down through the rib cage, and over her top line. All of that happened both on the ground and up here in the saddle before we started filming. Don't forget your softening exercises before you move into these. So here again, let's start on a little circle to the right. As I ride the circle to the right here, my balance is basically here in the middle of the horse. Maybe just slightly here to the left hip, or the right hip, I'm sorry. My focus follows the arc that I'm asking the horse to go on. My inside calf is just slightly on. My outside calf is slightly back. I don't have a real good circle here yet, so we'll work on that just a little bit more. Notice also that my hip and my shoulders are back here on the right side, and my belly button is projecting where I'd like to have the horse go. We just had some folks drive up outside, so that's a great opportunity for me to be able to work on the horse staying here with me as her attention wanted to kind of drift to outside just a little. As I approach the far side of the corner here, I'm going to see if I could tip her nose slightly more towards the center and slow this outside shoulder. Riding right hip, left fore, right hip, left fore, right hip, left fore. I'll slow that shoulder by putting just a little caress in the outside rein, the left rein. Notice that my balance is over here in the left shoulder. That fruit basket we talked about before is over in that left shoulder. Now if she tends to drift a little bit more than I'd like to there to the left, I'll slow that a little bit more with my left leg just a bit, asking the hip to catch up. Now I'm going to really slow that shoulder and ask the hip to step on around. Very nice. Excellent. Give her a little rest and a little pet. Let's try it again now to the left. Ride first a circle, get my forward momentum, my forward balance. My arc is following this circle here. My horseman's eyes are following the circle. The horse's eyes should do what my eyes are doing. Her shoulder should do what my shoulder is doing. Left shoulder back, left hip back, right shoulder reaching, right hip reaching just a little bit. As we come in here, we're going to start to slow that right shoulder. My balance is going to move from the inside here to the right, to the outside. And my reins will go to work here a little, keeping her soft, riding that left hip to the right shoulder, left hip, right shoulder, left hip, right shoulder, left hip, right shoulder. Now I'll slow the right shoulder a little more and let the hip swing on through here to the new line. Very nice. Good. Now let's see if we could do that same exercise, but instead of doing it on a full circle, we're going to kind of picture a little bobby pin here, where I ride straight, I slow the front end, ride the hind end 180 degrees, and then halt. We'll try it here first to the left. I'll ride first forward, having my horse soft in the bridle, tip the eye to the left. Now slow that right shoulder and wait for the hip to come back 180 degrees to the new line. Let's try it again here to the right. I'll ride forward, tip her nose towards you, and slow that left rein, which invites the hip to come through. I went a little too far on that. Very good. Soft hips, soft hips. Now let's see what would happen if we worked on the front end and we slowed the hind end and allowed the front end to move around the hind end. This one's a little bit harder, but in the end, it's an essential movement for us in our canter depart, in our cow work, to be able to get that nice quarter turn or half turn to be able to cut a cow back. So it's a really important maneuver for us to work on both in the ground and up here in the saddle. I'm going to start with the same kind of forward motion. Forward motion is so important. Oftentimes I see, particularly in our Western riding, that we tend to kind of deny the forward an awful lot. Think about the importance of dynamic movement forward, then capturing that energy to slow the hips down and then walk the front end around. So here we go again. I'll start on a circle to the right. I'm going to start this process by, again, slowing the shoulder, letting the hip go, and then stopping that motion and stepping this front end on back through the other way. We'll ride forward here again. I'm going to start by slowing the shoulder here with the right side of my body. Stop that energy and bring that left front foot through. Don't think about making a complete quarter turn. Start with just a little eighth of a turn. We'll build that in to something a little bit more as we get started. Step the hind quarter under, free up the hips first, slow the shoulder, and bring the shoulder through. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and halt. Very nice. Let's walk forward again. Talk about balance here a little. I'm to the inside because I'm walking a circle. As I slow this right shoulder, my balance is going to come to the right, and I'll put a little feel in the right rein. Let the hip go first. There's the hip walking over. Stop that motion, but still think forward. There's her left fore, right fore, left fore, right fore, left fore, right fore, left. Reach and cross, reach and cross, reach, cross, reach, cross, reach, cross, reach, cross. Stop. Very nice. Again, remember that we're not looking for a spin. I mean, when was the last time you were out working cows and you needed to do a spin? It just doesn't make sense to me. There's the cow, there's the cow, there's the cow. No, you only need a quarter turn, sometimes only an eighth, or a 180-degree turn. So what we're working on here is just a bit of that shift of the balance to the inside hind foot so that it can be a pivot point. The outside foot can push and pump, and the front can walk around the front end. I hope these little tips are helpful for you. We'd love to have you come ride with us here in Oregon. And if you'd like to read a little bit more about these articles, please check it out on our website, www.tnthorsemanship.com. Thanks now, and have a good tip for the ride.